This is Azure DevOps catching a mistake in my Microsoft Power BI report via an Azure CI/CD pipeline. Hi, my name's Ned. This is my little buddy Jai, and today we're talking about Azure DevOps. Now, this video is part of a video series. It should be interesting for you to watch on your own, but if you're interested in watching the earlier videos, I've linked the playlist down below in the video description. Now, I just want to say early on, if you enjoy content like this, and if you're interested in Azure DevOps and interested in Microsoft Power BI, please consider subscribing. It means a lot. All right, let's jump into the computer. Here we are signed back into Azure DevOps. I'm going to go back into our project, and then I'm going to go over here into repos, and I'm going to go into branches. Now, as you can see, I have two branches. I have a master branch and a dev branch. We need to go ahead and we need to set the policy on the master branch. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go over here, right here to options, and then go down here to branch policies. What we're going to be setting is we're going to be setting a build validation policy. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to hit this plus button. Now, here is our build pipeline. Here is our path filter, right? So this essentially only can apply when certain files are changed, and we're going to have it trigger automatically, and we're going to make it required. And I want to set it immediately when the master branch is updated. So now that this is applied, we now have a build validation enabled that triggers automatically whenever the code changes. So let's jump back into Microsoft Power BI and let's take a look at our workspaces. So if I go over here and I search for Power BI, right, and I log back into Microsoft Power BI, and we go and we take a look at our workspaces, you'll see that I have a dev workspace right here with a simple Power BI template and some source control, right? And as you can see, I haven't committed these changes. And then I have a production workspace with source control that is on the master branch that has nothing in it. So when I go back into my dev, I'm going to hit source control, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sync these changes to my dev branch. So I'm going to go right here and I'm going to go and hit commit. Now, these changes are now going to be synced into my branch. And as you can see, I now have no new additional changes. Now that I have my build pipeline set up, I can now go over here, back into my Azure repo. I can go into pull requests, and I can go new pull request. And I can title this adding my simple Power BI report template. And I'm going to pull it from dev into master, right? I don't have any reviewers, but you could have like a review system, right? And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit create. And as you can see, this has now been queued up and the build is queued, right? And it's going to run 2 checks. Now, this is the Power BI pipeline that we set up in the previous video. So it's going to run that Power BI file that I just tried to merge in from dev against all of the checks in that build pipeline. So let's see how our report did. And it looks like it might have failed. As you can see, it failed because column 1 validates the rule, do not summarize numeric columns. So let's see if we can go back into our Microsoft Power BI report, fix this, and then try redeploying. So here we are back in the PBIX file that's behind that Power BI template. And here's the column that failed the validation check. And as you can see, it says summarize by sum. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set this to none, so that way it's not summarizing. I'm going to hit save, and then I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to publish back up into our dev workspace. So I'm going to select here and I'm going to publish in that report. Now that the report is published, we now need to go back into our dev workspace and recommit the code back into the dev branch of our Git repo. So I'm going to go back over here to dev, And as you can see, I now have uncommitted changes. So I'm going to commit them to dev, and I'm going to commit both these changes. It's going to commit the changes back into my Azure repo. And then when you look at that, look, it already picked up on our commit and it already reran our build pipeline and the build pipeline succeeded. In fact, we can then click on that and we can actually see like, okay, here's the run. And we can say, okay, look, build report succeeded, but build data sets started a agent. And look, it's calling out that our model should have a date table, but that rule wasn't enough to cause the model to fail. So it's just warning us like, hey, this report has this problem and that we probably should go back and readdress this. But now clicking all the way back, as you can see, we're now ready to merge. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit complete and we're going to merge this into our master branch and let's let it run. And as you can see, it's now going to merge and it's going to merge it through and we now have a complete. So our dev has now been merged into master. And let's go look at our Microsoft Power BI production workspace. And as you can see, we now have our source control saying we have pending changes from Git. We recommend you update the incoming changes and then continue working. So I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to hit update all. And just like that, as you can see, there is our Power BI semantic model loading in. And here is our Power BI source loading in. And just like that, you saw our Power BI workspace automatically sync with Git and move a report from dev into prod. So what's next? Well, I don't know if you noticed, but I had to manually sync prod with Git. What I really want to have happen is whenever a commit is made to the master branch, I want that sync to happen automatically. And I think I can get Azure DevOps to make that happen via an API request every single time a commit is made to the master branch via a secondary build pipeline. But that's going to be something that we're going to take on in the next video, or at least we're going to start trying to explore in the next video. So I want to say thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed this type of content, and if you enjoy business intelligence and Microsoft Power BI and SQL and just seeing me fiddle around, please consider subscribing and giving this video a like. Thanks for watching.